Good morning. Going to be going live here, episode 34. And today we're going to be talking about using creative marketing as a self development tool, which all of us should be partaking in personal development, right? On a daily basis, because that's where I get the most growth. So I'm going to share three techniques to do that. And I'll be going live here in a second, guys. So happy Friday. Welcome, Funnel Creator Secret Podcast. I'm Val Kuikman, content creation expert, digital marketer, and I help MLMs create content and offers that are unique to help them stand out in their industry. And today we are talking all about using creative writing as a self-development tool. Well, we all know, like, you get into like an MLM or even entrepreneur business, we have these limiting beliefs, right? They can hold us back for a while, but we should be partaking in like self-development at some point every day. I've made that pretty much a passion of mine. I've become a life coach. I've taken a bunch of courses. I use self-hypnosis. I'm reading something positive every day. I put positive stuff in, so positive stuff comes out, right? Junk in, junk out, that kind of thing. But like creative writing, we're going to be blogging or podcasting, or we're creating content every day for our audience, right? So creative writing, if you're into blogging, this can be a great way to grow your self-development so we stay on track and grow our business and become successful and be the leaders that we know we are in our industries, right? So it's more than creative writing. It's more like content marketing in general is more than a means to make money. It can also be used as a self-development tool, which is awesome. And I'm going to give you 3 ways basically today that you can start using it for that purpose. And if you don't have a blog, I highly suggest, and you want to create one because you want to create content, and that's going to be your platform. Medium is a great place to start a free blog. Tumblr is too. So check those 2 out. Completely free to use and set up until you can get yourself a WordPress site for a blog with your own domain and stuff like that. I'm going to come out with a video on how to do that on WordPress very soon. So be on the lookout. If you're on my email list, I will send out the video so you guys can see it. But in the meantime, if you're listening to the podcast or you're watching my live stream, don't worry. I will put it out in the show notes and let you guys know when it's up. So let's get to work on creative writing. Number 1 is like pure creative writing. And this is like, it's so simple. It's so simple we find it difficult. And that's kind of the way we are as human beings. We tend to complicate things in our own head, right? Here's the way to get really good and flex this muscle for writing is to write 1,000 words every day with no goal or purpose in mind whatsoever. And you'd be amazed at what you come up with. It's quite amazing. Just write about the first thing that comes to your mind, because it's as soon as you sit down at the computer, just write the first thing that comes out and write 1,000 words. And it's going to be awesome what you come up with. And you can pull out like little excerpts from that and use those for blog posts later. And it's going to make you not only come up with content, but for other articles, like you're going to come up with a huge list of stuff to write about in the future. But you're not going to really have any structures or goals, so you're not limiting yourself in your head, which is amazing what you can come up with when you use your intuition. And I will be honest with you, as somebody that's been working on like personal development for a decade, probably longer, but for a decade I've really been focusing on it since I became an entrepreneur. Getting over and working from intuition and like just letting whatever ideas are in your head flow out and not thinking about it is like working from intuition is the highest form of personal growth, because all these thoughts and ideas are just flowing out of you so effortlessly. So working from intuition is it's just amazing, and that's what you're doing when you're just sitting down and writing the first things that comes to mind. That's what you're working from. Make things easy. That's what we're supposed to be doing, right? There's no structure, goals, aims, preconceptions when you're doing this. You're just writing from anything that comes up. And you will come up with really creative and brilliant ideas this way. And it's definitely going to be used for good. And if you want to take it a step further, there's like certain psychologists out there who are expert in finding meanings in creative art and creative writing. So right, they're a reflection of your subconscious intelligence, which is working from intuition. Then that's in emotional and mental ideas. And this is going to be great for sales copy because you're going to become up with these emotional and mental ideas, which you can use later on in your sales copy to help you. So journal that, like, keep that 1,000 words you write every day, keep it around because you're going to need it for content ideas later. And it's just flexing that muscle. You don't even have to post it if you don't want to. It's more of a getting in the flow of things and help you be a better blogger, better writer, better copywriter too, a better marketer. So there's your goal, write 1,000 words a day on anything. You'll find it that you might want to even publish it every day when you get really, really good. So just be consistent and do that 1,000 words every day, no topic, no structure. Just work from your mind and your subconscious, and it'll be amazed what you come up with. Number two technique is positivity training. Like when we keep writing creatively and we're just writing from this point of whatever comes out, you can actually like create this fantasy or like imagination about how great your life is and how well everything's turned out. Like this can like basically stimulate your imagination to come up with some new items to be positive about, like, and help manifest your writings into reality. Manifesting is amazing, and that's working from your intuition. You write how great your life is, how great your life's going to be, and you think about that. That's going to be like more positive things to think about, like to write about in the future and to look forward to as goals. And it's amazing what it can turn out. Like, this is how I want my business to be in 5 years. Write 1,000 words on that, blah, blah, blah. And then like you're imagining that and you're bringing it into creation basically, for it to turn out that way. You can, and you start to appreciate more about your life and what you've done. And you can just do this for 10 to 15 minutes every day. You work on it. It's really transformative because you start to see your life taking shape in the way it should have been, and you want it to be, and that's manifesting. And that's really, really cool. And it'll increase your optimism because you're focusing on positive. And it'll help you focus more on writing positively as you're blogging and stuff too, which people want to read positive things. They don't want to read negative, right? Who does? And there's no limit to what the creative material you can come up with. You're being a billionaire, owning a villa in the Bahamas, being the first man to Mars. Like, all these crazy, crazy things have increased wisdom and well-being. And it would be amazing to be able to speak into reality a vision and what you're writing about every day. So I suggest doing that and keeping it positive and focusing on dreams and vision, and how that would be amazing, just to write about what you want to accomplish in your life. And then slowly and surely you'll see that your mind's taking you there to make that a reality. So that's called manifesting. So that's one huge reason why you can do this, and it can really, really stimulate your personal growth. Number 3 technique is dream journaling and belief work. This is somewhat with technique too, but more intentional, we'll say. You can document your dreams, and that's an excellent self-development tool because the goal is to make this state more accessible. Like, the dream state is very easy to manifest. You can manifest your desires like instantaneously, and you're more in touch with your state, and like how better it'll be like if you're in touch with that dream state. Because like when you have a really good dream, it's amazing, right? But you can make that a reality too. And this is just a way to do that. You can write about what you intend to dream about and then document your dreams upon waking. How cool is that? Like, that's what you can do every day, is before you go to sleep, you want, or during the day, this is what I'm going to dream about tonight. And then to make that happen, like, the power of your mind is amazing. And then you can write about it. And that's pretty cool. You can also use affirmations to build confidence, and creative writing to investigate your beliefs, like to understand more about who you are, self-awareness, so to speak. And by examining your beliefs, you'll get a better sense of who you are. And that's ultimately what we want to do. That's like the whole point of self-development, is self-awareness. And you might find out that you have a belief that you don't have enough money through this creative writing process, where you basically can invent scenarios where there is plenty of money everywhere, like this abundance. The abundance mentality instead of the lack and fear of and lack and loss. And honestly, there's a bunch of books on manifesting and creating affirmations and making things a reality, and like money. Like, a lot of people have money hangups, and that's why we don't succeed as entrepreneurs. If I could, Dollars Flow to Me Easily by Wallace Wattles, I believe it is an amazing book on developing a better money mindset. I'll put it in the show notes. I'll put a link to it. It's called Dollars Flow to Me Easily. I highly suggest anyone, if you think you have money issues, because a lot of people do. That's why we're held back on making money, because we have these internal beliefs that we just don't know about. So writing stuff like this can help you discover that, and then we can move forward. You can move forward with a plan to overcome this story you have about money. So this is like why it's so amazing. You can do the dream journaling, where you think about your dreams and then go to sleep, wake up, and write about what you dreamed about, and see if you can pretty much control what you're dreaming, which is before you go into a dream state, which is pretty amazing. And that's quite a confidence booster, and being able to control your mind that way is huge. And then there's positivity trading, where you're writing all about positivity and how amazing your life's going to be. That's technique number 2 I went over, because that's going to make you just a more positive person overall, because you're thinking, writing, and doing things in a positive manner. And then there's just pure creative writing, where you're just writing the first thing that comes to your mind. These are all techniques to practice, and they're going to help you become a better copywriter, a better marketer, a better blogger, better communicator overall, because there's power in words, correct? So those are 3 techniques you can use, and that's really, really going to help you develop more positivity, more self-confidence, more awareness of yourself, and even overcome some of these the money stories we have, like a crappy money mindset. And we don't need to have that. If you want to be making money as an entrepreneur, you need to overcome that. Takes a while. It's a lot of discovery, a lot of things that people don't want to know about themselves. But I'm letting you know that, like, knowing is half the battle. And it's very important to become very self-aware of who you are and grow. I've done a lot of that in a couple of years. I went to Landmark Forum, and I took Jim Fortin. If you guys could look at, he's got a podcast. He's got a bunch of courses. That gentleman did a lot for me in changing the way the stories I have about myself, and overcoming them, and becoming like the confident, crazy, hardworking, inviting money, changing my stories, changing my reality. Like, he did all that for me in just one course I took from him. I highly recommend you guys look Jim Fortin up, even on his podcast. He's got an amazing podcast, and you'll see what I'm talking about just by listening to a few of them. So that's all I have for today in creative writing and self-development. I love this topic. And if you want to hear more about anything to do with personal development, growth, self-growth, like overcoming stories, if that's something you want to hear, come back and give me a review on the podcast. If you want to do it on iTunes, wherever you're at, come back and give me a review and let me know that you want to learn more about self-development, personal development, and I'll definitely do more podcasts on this. You guys have a wonderful day. Go and make it positive, and go out and make yourself successful. Make some money today. Okay, guys? Have a good one. Bye, everybody.